Uh-oh, what's up with my camera?
Where'd you go?
Where'd I go?
Give us 1 second, please. Hello, hello. We are back again with another episode here at World of Tanks Modern Armor. Now my camera decided to disappear, but it's okay. You know, the show must go on.
Another week, another set of technical difficulties.
How you doing, Mr. Bam?
I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself? We got a nice week of thawing out from the harsh winter that we had just over a week ago.
It's pretty warm out here today, isn't it?
Yeah. Still got some snow on the ground, but it's mostly slush.
Yeah, light rain, 37. It's a fine day if I don't say so myself.
Petty says, Tankz0rz with a magic axe again. There we go. Now you see him, now you don't.
I don't know what the deal is here. It's probably a USB issue, but we'll figure it out. Anyways,
I fully anticipate us running into more camera issues because I know we're going to be swapping to a lot of different things going on today. We have quite the stream, I think.
Awesome. Well, we're here to talk about awesome, fantastical stuff that we have up and coming here. So why don't we go ahead and start off with what is going on this week?
Yeah. Reminder, everybody, Battlefront season. We are coming to a very near close on this season on Tuesday. And yes, I think we will be diving into some next season updates and features and content to share on this very stream pretty soon. But in any case, this is just a reminder for those of you, if you haven't completed your Battlefront season, you still have through this weekend until Tuesday to ramp up and collect that level 100 reward if you haven't done so already. Sinister, what in the world is behind me? I don't know. I wore a tank shirt to help kind of align the Shermans together in ways. So yes, to go alongside with the wrap up of the battalion season, we have one final push for those of you still collecting your last season set of season points. And with the resolutions year-long season coming to a close as well, for every 3 tank destroys you get in your battles, you can earn yourself an extra season point to help you just get over the finish line itself. And also, we have another challenge op that went live just this past Tuesday, the Climb to the Top, a returning fan favorite op, of course. Climb the top 5 places on the scoreboard and earn yourself a little bit of bonus XP. And this can be completed once every single day.
That's vehicle XP too, right?
Vehicle XP, correct.
Awesome.
WG Gita, Bam has a rocket rack on his head. Okay, it's really funny. I was talking with someone just prior to syncing up with Tankz0rz and coming on stream, and they saw the shirt, and they're like, you got to like put a little Post-it note or a tape on some little rockets on there. I thought about it. There was a quick moment. I thought about it.
Doodle some little rockets on Post-its. I like it.
Wait, whose birthday is it? Chet's giving a happy birthday. Justicone! Happy birthday, Justicone.
Well, just happy birthday. I also saw someone mention that their 10-year anniversary is coming up soon for World of Tanks. So, of them playing.
I think a lot of people might be hitting that 10-year anniversary.
I
think, I think our very own console itself, product rather, going to be making its birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Justicone, we actually have we have a bit of a treat for you today. A certain map that we can talk about. Consider that a birthday gift. Totally thought about this ahead of time, clearly. Anyway, so that's all the content and updates that actually just came out this past week. So yes, this is our final reminder to let you guys know Battlefront season wrapping up this weekend. Hop on in, get into those battles, and collect those last remaining season points if you haven't already done so.
You said it's wrapping up on Tuesday?
Wrapping up on Tuesday.
All right. Well, there you have it.
And so, I guess let's get into the meat of this stream here. Of course, things that players are really excited about to learn what does the next season have coming. Tankz0rz, what do you think? Do we have something to show the players today?
Absolutely. Should we roll the tapes?
Roll the tapes.
All righty. So, Mr. Bam, what do you think?
Fantastic. This is actually one of my favorite trailers. A lot is happening in there, a lot of hype happening. Welcome, everybody. Year of the Dragon. Here we are. New season, first new season of the year itself. And coming just around the corner this Tuesday. And yes, you guys saw German light tanks. We teased that there would be a new Cold War tech tree line, not coming at launch of season, but yes, during the season itself. Look forward to that, and we'll certainly have more details to share on the Cold War line in the very near future. And later in the stream today, Tankz0rz and I, we're going to go through a lot of all the bullet points and the notes, talk about a lot of the tanks that you guys saw, talk about the season passes, the content and the features. And then I also have planned to run a live demonstration showing you guys some of those tanks in the garage, some of the Year of the Dragon garage gear assets. And then we'll also do a little drive through around the scenic course of Azure Coast. So we'll get to that a little bit later today.
Awesome.
All right, so let's talk about some of the things that we saw in the trailer, and of course some other things that are also coming on Tuesday that we talked about a bit before, and another extra that wasn't really present in the trailer. We've announced this a couple weeks ago. As you guys all should be very much aware, we're trying our best to make sure the messaging, our portal articles, and our socials are getting it out there to everybody. Yes, Cold War economy and progression will be changing on this Tuesday. Please see our portal article for a lot of the specific details if you guys are very curious. But the quick gist of it is a lot of the silver costs for both the tanks and the modules are all coming down in price. with a lot of the heavier discounts of it happening in the Era 1 and a bit more in the Era 2 and 3. As well as silver earn changes are coming as well. So that will be starting on this Tuesday, the 30th. But something else that we didn't really talk about, and honestly, this won't impact you guys. This is more about our new players. We have a new player experience also going live starting this Tuesday. If you have friends that maybe have interest in jumping into World of Tanks, coming this Tuesday might be a good time for them because we introduced a new way for new players to jump into the game. They will still play the same kind of training missions that you guys have available to yourselves, but now we have a better curated experience into the garage to help guide the player through the various menus, get them a little bit more acclimated, where to go, how do you get consumables, where do you upgrade your tank and modules, how do you get a new tank, where are the commanders at? So we did a bit of a facelift to the initial player experience, and also did a lot of progressive disclosure, where we unveil a lot of the garage UI elements, very much like Tankz0rz here, who likes to disappear, and then when the time is right, when the player needs to learn about something new, the UI element or the garage element menu, rather, will come present to them, ready for the next step that they would have to complete. You can come back on camera now, Tankz0rz. So yes. So yeah, we wanted to make sure we coupled a lot of our initial player experience journey alongside with the launch of the Cold War economy changes. That way, players can more quickly grow their tank collection right away. And a lot of the tasks that we ask the players as they go through the garages and play some of their first battles, that they learn to upgrade their tank, earn new modules, and are quickly adapting to the meta of going into battle, coming back to your garage, updating your tank, and even getting new tanks to add to your collection. Beyond that, so let's talk maps. I know players have been asking, like, what's the next returning map? What's a map hint you can give? You saw it in the trailer. The community map, Azure Coast, is finally coming to you guys, and it will launch day 1 on Tuesday with increased frequency and rotation. And this will be available in World War II and Cold War modes. I actually have to follow up in the data. Off the top of my head, I can't recall the tier ranges that we set it for. So don't quote me right now, but I believe in World War II, Azure Coast will be tiers 5 and above. I feel fairly confident on that, but I can double check. And in all eras in Cold War. For those of you that may not have maybe newly joined us on stream or became a player recently, yes, Azure Coast. And do we have some assets we can show the players, Tankz0rz?
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and take a look here.
Yeah, I'll do a little bit of commentary as you run by here. This map started as a community map a little bit over a year ago, where we debuted a very bare bones Lego brickland of just kind of the design and layout of the map itself. And we worked out with you, the player base, getting your feedback, getting your battle play data to help balance the map, try out some ideas that you guys had shared. And yes, Jessica, I see your comment there. Is there a cone hiding in the map? This is our birthday present to you, because I know that's been a bit of an ongoing gag when we first debuted the community map a year ago. The level designer has informed me there is a cone somewhere hidden in the map, and I explicitly asked, do not tell me. I do not know where it's at. But there is a cone somewhere hidden in the map, maybe. So enjoy. But yeah, so this is a rather large map. I think roughly about 1.2 kilometers squared. A lot of the things that we heard from the players in terms of feedback was initially it had much too much waterfront and not enough play space. So we expanded the north end of the map itself, where there's a lot more beachfront now, with long sight lines in that area, as opposed to the rest of the map that is a little bit more congested in areas, and a lot of just kind of outcroppings of rocks, ruins, and of course urban close quarter urban areas as well. Here we're looking at some of the old castle ruins. We went for a very Mediterranean kind of locale aesthetic for this map itself. A lot of layers as well. In the city blocks, we have a lot of up ramps to get you to higher elevations, and then some lower elevations closer to the beachfront and waterfronts, of course, and just a lot of different avenues. And like I said, after we run through the rest of the notes here, I will be live demoing a bit of a scenic drive through the map itself. And there you have it, Azure Coast. Like I said, available day one with the launch of the Year of the Dragon season on Tuesday. Up next, we saw in the season trailer a little bit of a nice snazzy garage. A lot of new garage gear coming with the theme of the Year of the Dragon as well. Do we have some assets that we can show the players of some awesome new garage gear that you guys can get your hands on and decorate your garage with?
Let's go ahead and take a look here.
Here we go. I was a big fan of the giant kind of ornate dragons and all the light ups on there. Very much like a parade float item you might see.
I like the well, I like everything, but for some reason the lanterns call my attention a lot. So I like those.
This was something yes. So when we were working on the holiday garage and we introduced ways that players can add like a garland and a gentle snowfall into their garages, we also wanted to make sure we kind of keep up and continue to add larger flourish elements into your garage. And the art team did a very fantastic job. It is a single asset that you purchase, and your entire garage along the ceilings, the walls, and the balconies are adorned with all those lit lanterns. And there will be various ways that you guys can get the garage gear. We, of course, always sell a lot of these garage gear assets into our customizable garage store, but we will have them available in various challenge ops, as well as the season pass as well. Actually, that's a great segue. Speaking of the season pass, let's talk about some of the tank rewards, commanders, and garage gear rewards that you guys can expect to get when you pick up the season pass for yourselves next Tuesday. Okay, so in the free season pass, at level 18, we are including some level 18, level 33, 42, 69, and level 99. We have various garage gear prizes that you can earn yourselves, including a Chinese vase, a New Year door couplet, a stone panda statue, and a panda light. It was shown a little bit into that last image that we saw kind of in the background. There he is, little light up panda there. And a Lucky Cat statue. And that's also shown in that image there. He doesn't, unfortunately, have an animated arm. That was one thing I'd recommend. If we can add a little animation to it, would have been cool. Beyond that, let's see. So at level, I lost my place here. Level 75, we also have a 2D standard commander that you can also get in the free season pass. And then at the level 100 reward, the Type 59-2, a Chinese Tier 8 medium tank. Here we have it on screen now. Petty, the animated Lucky Cat arm, something to work on for the future. I'll pass the feedback along to the art team. Up next, in the normal season pass, this is the 2K gold. We have a few garage gear stalls that you can also add into your garage, and I'll be showcasing this in the demo a little bit after this. We have a Chinese street food stall unlocked at level 18. We have a fireworks stall at level 33, a Dragon Pyrotechnics garage gear, level 48. But on the tank side of things, at level 25, you can earn yourself the Tier 6 Chinese light tank, the Type 64. And at level 75, the Tier 8 German medium tank, the Panzer 58 Mutz. But brand new this season, you saw it in the trailer very briefly, at the level 100 reward, the WZ-1224. This is a Cold War Era 2 Eastern Alliance medium tank. Here we have it. This mounts a large 120 millimeter gun, which is a hard-hitting barrel for its class and era, and a turret and hull well protected by spaced composite armor that provides excellent protection for a medium tank. With a combination of medium mobility and with heavy tank-like protection as well as firepower, will prove to be a formidable combination on the battlefield. And once more, this is the WZ-1224 Level 100 Cold War Era 2 tank. Last but not least, the Ultimate Season Pass. Another brand new tank, the Highlander Tier 10 Chinese Heavy Tank, Highlander 116F3. This one provides solid frontal armor and a true heavy tanker experience in the Chinese Nation class set of tanks. Equipped with a 130 millimeter 3-round autoloader, which is unique for Chinese vehicles, and a unique paint job based on snow-covered mountains. And then lastly, in the Ultimate Season Pass, we also have a brand new 3D commander. You saw his debut as well in the trailer. Zhu Long 3D commander. Here he is, with a very amazing detailed armor.
I like his armor. I like the golden ornate accents. I always like golden ornate accents.
Question: Hunter 37 autoloader. Yes, that tier 10 Highlander is a 3-round autoloader. Anyway, we like doing giveaways here, don't we, Tankz0rz?
I think I saw people asking for them a little earlier. Maybe we should deliver.
Should we deliver on that promise?
I think so.
I guess in spirit of the new season starting, okay, 2 lucky winners for their chance to receive Ultimate Season Passes.
Alrighty, everyone, go ahead and click on that link, and you'll be eligible for all of our giveaways today. And make sure to enter your Wargaming ID. So I would be Tankz0rz and Dash, and then the platform you play on. So Xbox or PlayStation, X or P.
Fantastic.
Alrighty.
Okay, up next, let's talk a little bit about this rocket tank sitting there behind me. This is something we've been hyping and sharing a little bit of news with you guys over the past year. This is part of our whole Resolutions year-long reward tank, the T-34 Calliope. So everyone gets at least the camo and emblem provided in their bundles if they completed any single season in this past year. And for those that completed all 6 of the past year seasons, they will receive the Resolutions camo, a medal, emblem, and a Grand Slam camo. It's a purple one. And of course, the T-34 Calliope, which will be automatically credited to your account on launch day on Tuesday. For those of you that may have only completed 5 out of the 6 past seasons, you will still get the Calliope as well as the emblem and the camo. That will also, like I said before, be credited to your account on Tuesday. And for everyone that may have completed up to 4 of the 6 seasons, you will be able to find, well, let me back up here. You won't get the Calliope added automatically to your account, but you will be able to find discounted bundles for the Calliope in our store on Tuesday. And based on how many seasons that you, or no, I'm sorry, if you complete up to 4 of the 6 seasons, you'll be able to see the discounted bundles. As for the Calliope itself, I will also be debuting that in our live demo. But this is, in fact, yes, our first rocket launcher in the game for just dummy rockets, not ATGMs like in Cold War, featuring a rack of 60 rocket launcher tubes mounted onto the turret. Oh no, what happened to Tankz0rz? Like I said, this day I knew was going to be a lot of technical troubleshooting here. We'll get you back in a moment here. But yes, Calliope, mounted with 60 rocket launcher tubes mounted on top of the turret. You can fire a burst of 6 rockets at a time in a clip toward your enemy. It does have a low penetration value, and these are very much best used to take out lightly armored vehicle tanks. These rockets also travel with a very slow velocity, so it's going to be situational. It's important to try to get as close as you can to your enemy and fire on them to make sure that they can't get away or easily dodge the rockets themselves if they see them coming toward them over a distance. And the primary weapon, because this is a tank that just has the extra mounted rockets, we are treating it as a secondary weapon. So you do have a main primary gun as well. It's a punchy 75 millimeter gun with a very quick reload time and fairly high damage per minute. And that is the Calliope. Hey, Tankz0rz, I just want to check in on you. Are you okay? Are you still there?
We're still here.
Okay. You didn't abandon me.
No, we're still here. We're in a little ghost mode.
All right. A couple more things, and then we'll jump into a live demonstration, and then we'll transition ourselves over to the Q&As. So we do have some Chinese New Year emblems back into the store. I think we have an asset we can share with the players on stream here as well, if you have those available, Tankz0rz.
Yeah, I think I missed an asset here while I was playing around with my camera. You talked about the resolution rewards, right, for completing everything?
Correct.
Okay, that would be, I have a little image to show here.
Oh, the camos, excellent, and the medals.
Yeah, you get some camos, you get some medals, and then you just mentioned Chinese New Year emblems, correct?
And yes, the new Chinese New Year emblems will be on sale in the store next week. There they are.
A little sneak peek of our Chinese New Year emblems. And of course, we have a mighty dragon right in the middle there, so looking great.
You're a good multitasker, having to deal with camera work, keeping the stream running, and throwing up all these trailers and assets. Really quick, I'm not sure if this has been addressed. I saw some comments going by that the giveaway link, is it not working for anyone?
Let me go ahead and take a look at it.
Like I said, you're a master at multitasking. They're saying link is broken.
No worries. If it's broken, we'll fix it.
We have top men on the job. Okay. I will continue along here. We'll get that giveaway link working, of course. Make sure you guys all get a chance. And we'll repost it into the chat itself. Snowy, T-Kink has kaputted it. Yes, you blame T-Kink on Tuesday for us. No, that's on us today. And lastly, really quick here, one last content update. War chests next week. These are specifically the DLC war chests, the actual, not the in-game for gold war chests. There will be a refresh of the contents in the private sergeants and generals war chests next week. And I think more notes on that could be followed up either on our portal article or directly if you take a look at them when they're in the store tab next week. They will provide some information if you follow the link from there. Okay, so Tankz0rz, if you have a moment here. Okay, we got confirmation. Link is now working.
Yeah, go ahead and give it another try. It should be working. Sorry about that.
KB is mashing buttons.
Awesome.
There's a lot of sweat happening off screen right now. This is why Tankz0rz is off camera.
I'll be sweating up a storm otherwise.
Okay. Yeah, jump into the giveaway link, everybody. That is for we're going to give away 2 Ultimate Season Passes to lucky winners. 2 lucky winners. Open the floodgates. Thank you, Petty.
Thank you very much.
All right, Tankz0rz, what do you say? Let's do a live demonstration here today.
Sure thing. Let's go ahead and check that out. See,
here we go. So I took some time just this morning, wanted to show at least outside of the trailer and some of the assets that we'd showcased to you guys. Seeing the tanks here in a live game is in the garage, adorned with all the Chinese New Year props here, as well as our Zutang new 3D commander in action here, showing off a little bit with that spear, of course. And then here in the middle of my garage, of course, is the new Tier 10 autoloader Highlander. Tier 10. But I will say it was only just this week that I have finally a chance to look at a lot of our New Year props, and we're getting a lot more actors thrown into the garage gear props. How about that dragon back there, like fit for a parade, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
Here, let's go into the actual garage customization view here. Give you guys a quick tour. So we got our lion statues here to kind of, set the frame for our primary tank here. We got our guys holding up. Oh, I'm sorry.
Those fireworks on the right side. It's not a fire hazard for having live munitions around, right?
No, not by any means. I made sure we cleaned up the garage a little bit. We put all the shells into the back rooms.
Okay. It was cleared by the fire marshal. I get it.
Yeah. And this Calliope, this is a demilitarized one. Don't worry. But we want to make sure we had some rockets, and we can quickly grab from the supply there if we need to. Well, let's take a quick look here, a little at a time here. Here is the Calliope with its hero skin, adorned with a very cool foliage look on top of the rack and all over the place there. This was a very fun tank to drive around in. But one thing we noted in early tests with this tank itself, I'll probably comment a little bit more when I play the battle itself. The sniper camera, I'll show you guys when we get into a match. The camera's very much tucked in there between the tubes. It's kind of neat. You feel a little bit nestled in there. But the hero skin with all the foliage was, sorry about that, was getting a little bit in the way. So we worked with our art team, and they helped kind of trim the branches a bit. So that's the Calliope. Here we got a little fireworks stand. We got a happy family taking a look at that with some active fireworks being set off. Yes. We got some food stands as well. I wanted to comment really quick because I noticed this, just the attention to detail that this mother here not only is wearing gloves, but it's like, she's got her hands out of there, but we still have like the gloves kind of hanging on. I don't think that was a necessary piece of detail, but I appreciate it.
I wonder what they're eating. It's making me hungry.
Right? Let's see what we got going on here. Maybe some soup, some noodles.
Awesome.
Here's our light up panda. This was one of my favorite things was this big ornate dragon that, again, I feel like is like appropriate for like a parade float. Here we have our Highlander. Here's our pyrotechnics dragon display, as well as a big gate here in the background. Here's our WZ-1224, also complete with its hero skin, which is just fantastic. The art team did such a bang-up job. Again, adorned with a lot of dragon, aesthetics, kind of serpentining all around it, and yin and yang here in the exhaust ports here in the back.
That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't notice at the until you just mentioned it, how the head of the dragon starts in the front, right, like on the where the tank tracks are. Yeah, and then it serpentines all the way in the back.
Very nice attention to detail. Let's see, over here we got another food stall. Got a big bowl of chili and soup, steaming hot. I think it's gonna be spicy. That's for you, Tankz0rz.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know you like the spicy stuff. I can't handle it. And there's our lucky cats. We'll get those arms swinging, maybe. Oh, and last but not least, we got a big dragon, like ship swing. They'd find in a lot of carnivals.
I really like the guys holding up the dragon there. They're very animated. Yeah, I like it.
Very fun, very cool.
Awesome.
Shout out again to the art team, VFX team, Nick G, our systems designer, who helmed a lot of the custom garage design and feature in and of itself. And so working out a lot of the kinks in the data side things to deliver all these garage gear props to you guys.
Then you have the little Guardian statues there, the little right in the front right here, the stone statues. I like those too.
Yeah, actually, there's two different versions. We got a bit of an aged one here. It's got a little bit some moss growing.
Okay.
Then you got a nice pristine one.
Okay. No, I like the mossy one.
Clean.
Give me the mossy one.
I'm with you on that.
Awesome.
All right. How about we get ourselves into a battle? Let's see here. Where's my Calliope? There we go. So we're going to take the Calliope out, everybody, and we're going to roll ourselves into Azure Coast. And hey, Jessicone, if you happen to see the cone, point it out. Let me know. Like I said, I don't know where it's at. I told the designer I don't wish to know. I want to leave it to the players to find it. No command. I did have a commander assigned to my tank earlier, I think, and I must have removed him. It was the 3D commander Zhu Tang, and I think I moved him over to the the Highlander because that was the default tank I wanted to show when we transitioned over.
Probably taking a little break, eating some of the festivities there and enjoying all the fireworks.
Question, Aussie Binga, will any of the garage items be an op win or buy for gold? We do plan some of those garage gear items I had showcased will be available in the season pass, both in the free and the standard and the ultimate. So you will be able to earn them outside of just searching and buying them into the store itself. All right, everybody. Here we are, first time seeing live. This is the community map, an initiative we all collectively worked on over a year ago. You guys voted, if you recall, that we kind of put up two different approaches of maps that we wanted to go forward with. And you guys really gravitated toward this kind of urban coast map, a larger one. And so here we have it, and a lot of brand new assets in this map. Walls, yeah, that's interesting. But a lot of new building assets that are not reused or borrowed from any of our other maps that are in the game. These are brand new, grabbing from, like I mentioned in previous streams, we kind of streamlined an import process with our PC colleagues on World of Tanks PC. Starting to grab a lot of their assets, integrating it into our game, and providing, just some more variety into the maps itself. So let's take a little stroll around here. If you guys, I don't know how many of you remember the layout of this map, but the set dressing, the bang-up job our environment art team did on this was just fantastic. A lot of passion went into this. It wasn't just a matter of, just another job and another map to get tasks done. But one of my favorite conversations I have with the artists is they like to come up with stories, make maps feel like they were once lived in. And I remember this being on a past map. There was a whole story behind it. I didn't get into any sort of deep lore background on this map in particular, but I just wanted to kind of share that much goes into the consideration and how they think, these things would work out in reality. So this map, as I mentioned earlier, has a lot of elevation variants throughout that allow for some good, decent long-range sight lines in certain regards that we tried to make sure certain choke points and vantage points are available if you guys decide to get into these positions. Right now we are at what I believe is probably one of the highest points into this map itself. We'll make our way around here a little bit to get to the coastline and to the other side within the 12 minutes I have remaining here. And then, of course, I'm not going to forget, we want to show off the Calliope and its rockets. We will definitely get to that as well. We're going to get to this. We got a bit of an abbey area over here, kind of like a cathedral or a little bit more royalty, a big palace-like section here. Oops, I just crushed that lion statue. A nice pristine-looking pond. Question, Day Imp 18. No, this is going to be a World War II and a Cold War map. Cold War, it will be available in rotation for all eras, and I need to double check on the World War II distribution. If I had to take a guess right now, it would be World War II tiers 5 and up. So we do have a beach access. This is the new area based on you, the community. You guys wanted less water and more gameplay area. This is where you're going to find the longest sightline ranges here that go almost to the other end of the map itself, closer to the opposite end spawn. Not a lot of cover. I almost want to defer to the rules of Overlord. Don't go to the beach, but you are at a lower altitude, a lower elevation here, but to each their own. You might find a good situational reasoning to head to the beach. Completely your call. Yeah, Hellraiser. Will the beach be irrelevant like Overlord? We shall see. In playtesting, we found there was definitely good advantage and good use of the beaches itself. So now we're getting kind of into our ruins area with a lot of spattering of rocks and ruin objects. These are also, some of these are new sets added into the game after we got the map Nabelberg imported from PC last summer. And then we do have another little outcropping of a small town over here. We'll just go ahead and take a little tour over that direction. And I am not going to climb up those rocks. Shinji. Bam, you look like the type of chap that goes to beach on Overlord. Sometimes I might need a tan, That might be a fair reason to go to the beach. Give me a break. Jessica, can we see the area names on the big map? Yeah, the map labels themselves. I think a lot of them we went with a very, is it Italian? Is it French what we went with? I may have to double check. I think Italian. Italian localization for much of the map labels here. D-Camp Davelandia looks great. Oh, what could have been? What could have been? Got 9 more minutes here. There's just a couple more things I want to show you guys. Like I said, it's a big map. Not the speediest of tank here, of course, but hopefully this gets you an idea of just, how well the Calliope can, in fact, get around in the map itself. Goliath Games, we love you too, man. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. So yeah, this little area, there's some tight corridors in this little space here. It is a small town, but good for flanking, especially if you're light tank or medium tank players out there. But let me not pass up on our cave system here. If you need a speedy way to get from one spawn and just getting a little bit closer to the middle of the map here, this is a nice safe passage that you can take through the map. And there is a similar tunnel on the other side. I saw Max Chaos call me out that I should have taken that tunnel. If I have time, maybe I'll make my way back around. So I'm going to make my way over here into what is kind of the downtown area, very corridory, with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different avenues to get you into here. This is a nice way to shortcut your way and have nice, safe passage to get from one side to the other if need be. Just note that you want to make sure you cover these flanks from different angles. You don't get a lot of opportunity for long sight lines outside of this area, but make sure, whatever team you're on, to watch for anyone trying to use this area because they can quickly get behind your flanks and sabotage you. Then we have another raised elevation city area up here, a little bit more open in this spot. Then I'm going to circle back onto this side where we generally started in this match itself, and I'll take you guys on the scenic tour through the tunnel. But even the vista elements, the team really looked into a lot of Mediterranean cities and the kind of stacked up elevations that out in the country. Oh my God, what am I trying to say here? A lot of the stacked buildings and the layers and layers. The aqueducts, and etc. Taking reference from real life. All right, we'll take a passage through this tunnel, then I'll show you guys a little bit about the Calliope, and then we'll make transition ourselves into the Q&As. So we wanted to make sure both teams had some sort of quick access of tunnel to get a little bit closer into the center of the map, because there is big sections of the map that have the elevation changes and a lot of the outcroppings of the rocks, that getting out into the center of the battlefield can be a little bit of an arduous time task. All right, so let's look into the Calliope a little bit. Like I said, it does have the main cannon. I think what everyone wants to know about is the secondary weapon, the rocket tubes themselves. So this is loaded, front-loaded, 60 rockets, and you can fire up to 6 rockets at a time per clip before you have to reload again. One of the things that we made sure to do, because this was a bug early on, we had to implement the ability to have individual tracers coming out of all the separate rocket tubes. So you can see all the different tubes contain rockets that will fire out at each individual one. This is a thank you and shout out to our VFX team, our technical designer, and of course our gameplay engineering. This was something that took a little bit of effort, believe it or not, to make sure we got right. In any case, it's worth noting, and I'm going to go to Sniper Cam here to give you guys a look at this. Very cozy in here, and hopefully no one's feeling a little claustrophobic. But those rocket tubes really hug around your whole camera here. I have to stress, this is going to come up in battle. If you guys are trying to pull up to some cover and you want to use your rocket tubes and you're firing at an enemy, be aware that this thing is very wide. And if I'm firing some rockets, you can see in the back here that I've already let loose, about 3/4 of my top row of rockets here, and I got just 1/3 left. If I start firing my rockets, and I'm aiming this way, let's see, there you go. You can see that they're just going to hit the walls there. So just be very conscious of your surroundings and obstacles if you're trying to aim at a target, but your reticle is not going to be indicative that your rockets are coming straight from where your viewpoint is. Well, let's take a look at what it's like to fire from this view as well. This very tucked in look. And you can see the rockets are firing out of all the various tubes on the different sides. So it could be a high level skill thing if you decide to really keep track of which rockets are going to be firing next, if you want to be tactful about using cover and not wasting the rockets on hitting the collisions. Let's see, what else? I had another point. Oh, the velocity of the rockets would have been better. I guess Tankz0rz, you and I could have coordinated. It might have been a good indication to help show players the travel velocity of these rockets a little bit. These are fairly easy to dodge. And like I said before, these are dummy rockets. These are not ATGMs. I don't get the ability to steer these. These are just fire and forget. Well, fire and forget, but they just kind of fire straight. But you can see that their velocity is fairly slow. And if a player is not paying attention, you can very well take advantage of that opportunity and just drop a barrage into their side. And then always follow up with your main cannon if you decide that works out for you. There you go, everybody. There is Azure Coast. This is the Calliope, both of which coming this Tuesday. Look forward to it in the Year of the Dragon season.
Awesome. Yeah, I could see you trying to immobilize the tank and then follow up with some rockets. Sounds pretty good. Don't you think, Mr. Bam?
Yes, in teamwork, have someone try to immobilize someone, or if you want to try your skill, you can very quickly. Oops, I didn't mean to zoom. Try to lead your shots, and you can very well hope that at least one or some of those rockets can land on a moving target. It's harder, especially if you're gunning for those light or medium tanks, but I'm sure some players will have some success stories. And as mentioned before, these rockets do have generally low pen, so just keep that in mind in terms of who you are aiming at and where you are aiming at.
Awesome.
All right, Tankz0rz. Oh, we got 10 minutes left here. What do you say? Should we move on over to some Q&As?
I believe it's our Q&A time. Yeah, just go ahead and find my position here.
Oh, do you need the link? Oh, okay, I see you.
I have it.
Got it.
All right. You ready? Here we go.
I'm ready.
First question. When will Japanese tank destroyers be released?
This one actually came up quite a bit, so I wanted to make sure I threw it in here. But I'm not going to give you guys the answer you want to hear. No news to share at this time about Japanese tank destroyers.
Awesome. Next question here. Can the EBR-90 have a view of 360 meters?
So just increasing the view, because right now it's currently at a view range of 330 meters.
Right.
And bringing it more in line with like the Lynx 6x6. So thankfully I had Plague, our lead vehicle designer, tackle some of our more tank balance and related questions this week. So we'll try to hit as much as we can. So the stats for the EBR-90 was taken directly from PC stats, but having a look at that tank now, he is considering that it might be a safe bump to increase that to a 360 meter.
Awesome. Next question here. Do we have any plans on bringing the Silver Plus Interest event anytime soon? They made a lot of silver during this event, and they had a lot of fun. They look forward to seeing this again.
A very popular one, yes, the Silver Plus Interest, Silver with Interest. It's funny because the questions like this come up almost immediately when one of those events come down. Like, hey, when are you bringing it back? I miss it already. Right now, there are no current plans to run this specific challenge in the very near future, but it's not going to be removed from rotation, so it will eventually return. You'll probably hear it from us first on stream at some point, or of course our portal article or our socials. But String Theory, another fan favorite, a very similar challenge up, but specific about XP, will be making a return at the end of February.
Alrighty. Next question here. When will the Tusk return? Will we have the contract again?
For the Tusk. Live Ops was able to answer this one for us. The Tusk contract will be coming around March.
Alright. Next question. Can Era 3 tanks get a HE round instead of heat? It's common knowledge that heat isn't the most practical in Era 3, but they would like to know if we could switch some of these ammo types around.
Okay, thankfully this is another one that Plague was able to address personally, and he has been seeing this question come up quite a bit too, and he does agree this would be a good update for Era 3. With most modern day heat rounds, which are meant to be multi-purpose, so updating them to be high explosive rounds where appropriate would be fine. Especially since Cold War mode has been out for a few years now, it makes sense that we should consider converting select tanks with heat rounds to HEUs. Worth stressing that this is not going to be something that we apply to all tanks, just where it primarily makes the most sense, and mostly focusing on Era 3.
Alrighty. Next question. Is it normal to be spotted while my tank is behind a hill or a building? The enemy just pulls out the tip of the cannon, and sometimes without actually even seeing them, they get spotted.
I think there might be a misunderstanding in terms of the spotting mechanics and how that works. I mean, that's not how it works. If a barrel sticks out from behind a corner of a building and you're feeling detected because of that, that was not the case. Either there's other light tanks or someone else in the vicinity that is able to now detect you, or maybe you were within the range proximity of the tank and fell into the auto detection because of it. There might be a lot of other things going on in terms of what the situation that you might have been in that this happened, but that is not something. The spotting mechanics don't work in a way where players can peek their barrel out and just see everyone around any given corner.
Right. My first thought was the auto detection range from proximity, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Next question here. Dear development team, what is going on with the AMOLED? It reloads slower than the Chieftain. The front space armor is not as effective against ATGMs, and every type of missile appears to pen. The AMOLAD needs a little bit of love.
The AMOLAD, that was our Iron Maiden tie-in tank that we released in September.
Mm-hmm.
So Plague, verbatim a little bit here. The AMOLAD, believe it or not, is actually doing pretty well. And you can't always judge it just one tank by just a set of stats. We always have to look at the whole picture. And generally, when a vehicle excels in one area, it is decreased in others. So if you have a tank with a lot of firepower, generally the armor or mobility, for the obvious purposes, will be weaker. The main reason the AMOLAD has a slower rate of fire is because it has much better armor than the Chieftain Hybrid that you had pointed out as a comparative example. But to give you some perspective, the AMOLAD can in fact block more damage than even the T-72 AV and even tanks covered in ERA. The T-72 AV easily outperforms the Chieftain Hybrid in terms of defense, as the Chieftain Hybrid trades that armor for better firepower. So the AMOLAD doesn't block all missile damage, but it does overall perform very well. It's just hard to compare it when you're only looking at against one of the best guns in Era 2.
Let's see. Next question here. Any plans to buff the Cold War Era 3 Type 89 Chinese tank destroyer?
So believe it or not, the Type 89 will be getting some love in a future update.
Let's see. Can the T-30 and the T-34 get the same skin as the T-29? Are there any new Tier 10 skins coming soon? And can we get one for the BatChat 25T?
So we'll try to take note of this. There are a number of factors that determine which previously released tanks that we put into the schedule to receive a skin. Whether it's like a vent tie-in, tank ownership, if it's something a lot of players actually own, and that's a considering factor, and tank popularity, how many of you, the community, are taking select tanks out into battle that we should consider. Cost of development is another factor, and just general interest. So week over week, I do often see a lot of when is this tank or that tank or X tank getting a skin. And we're trying to keep a bullet point list because we know we're over 1,000 tanks here. And there's always, we always want to keep going with delivering more skins to you guys because they are pretty cool. So we try to use all these data points to choose which will be the next tanks that we follow up with the skins. But in terms of the ones that you kind of called out right now, those currently are not on the schedule. But like I said, we will continue to review and keep them in mind.
Alrighty, next question here. Any chance to get the Type 92 buffed?
There's a Type 92 buff. Let's see. The tank is doing pretty well right now. If we do decide that there's something that warrants any buffs to it, it'll most likely be small changes.
Next question here. Will the grill ever receive a camo buff? It's the only thing it needs for the... It's the only thing it needs. The tank smaller, about the size of a Tankz0rz, yet has significantly worse camo, and it makes it a little bit awkward to play.
It was interesting because I saw a user. I'm scrolling up in the chat because I know someone else asked about the grill, and here we are, Heinz Beans. So we had this question on the docket to address today, and I saw it go by. So I was like, oh, hey, we'll be getting there. Will the grill, get a camo buff? So pending approval, we have a list of balance tickets to consider various tanks, including like the PZ7 and FV 215B. These are things that we're taking a look at in the near future. So the grill is relatively, we will definitely have it in consideration.
Alrighty. Next question here. The 2.9 Centurion upgraded turret is still bugged. You can be penned through the machine gun port by tier 1 guns. So there's no armor behind it, and it's been bugged for a little while. And I believe that this should be reported and bumped up and making the developers aware.
Mm-hmm.
Any chance of fixing this?
Well, funny that we mentioned it because thank you, Max Chaos, and Plague also chimed in on this one. It seems we have active work tickets and bugs for this as we are still investigating this one out. So very much aware these are open tickets because the collision of the turret mantlet should be doing its job and should be blocking, but it simply is not. So no updates or something I can provide now, but just know we are aware and we are investigating.
How much more time do you have here, Mr. Bam? Just noticed we're.
How about two more questions? Two more
Right,
questions.
2 more questions. All right. What happened to PS Plus supply drop perk? Xbox players get the aim and attack bundle for free, and the PS players have to pay 39 euros. I have. Is there any info that we could share about that?
Okay, this is supply drop perks. So yeah, we still have the PS Plus supply drop. It comes at a regular interval for any users that are subscribed to PlayStation Plus. And the perks are typically provided based on what Microsoft and Sony allow for their subscribers itself. So they're still around. They come once in a while.
Next question: can you reduce the requirement for the long haul? I don't have time to be top 7 players 75 times. Is there anything that we can do about this?
So the current version of the long haul challenge has already been made substantially more accessible than even the original version, which was very much based on wins. There are currently no plans to adjust it again, but that doesn't mean it will just stay the way that it is. Live Ops has done a lot of data diving and figuring, to see if this allows for a good interval of time for players to engage with it and claim their rewards. And we found that sweet spot. So long haul is kind of remaining the way it is until further notice.
Alrighty. I think it is time for our giveaways.
All right. Yeah, we're a few minutes over here, guys, but we have 2 Year of the Dragon Ultimate Season Passes to give away. Who's our lucky winners, Tankz0rz?
Our lucky winners are... You ready for this?
You disappeared again.
Yeah.
All good. We can still announce winners whether Tankz0rz is present or not. I'm ready.
Our first winner is The Night Sky.
The Night Sky. Congratulations.
And our second winner is The T-Bear 55.
The T-Bear. Hey.
I saw.
Yeah, yep, I see him.
Saw him in chat here a little while ago. So yeah, congratulations. And unfortunately,
nice.
That's not how we spell the Sinister one.
One day, Sinister. One day.
Alrighty. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for hanging out with us. Hope you enjoyed everything we had to share. Next season is the Year of the Dragon. Hope you enjoyed that trailer. If you happen to miss it, we're going to go ahead and run it back as we go and look for someone to raid after this. So if you're on Twitch, stick around. For everyone else, have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you on the battlefield.
See you all. Have a great weekend.
All right. Bye-bye.